Have honored the Army's Buffalo Soldiers and the Air Force's Tuskegee Airmen, it's time to give the Montford Point Marines the honor that is their due. The Montford Point Marines fought an enemy abroad and injustice at home. They served with great valor and distinction and loved their country more than their country loved them at the time. President Roosevelt ordered in 1941 that the Marine Corps be open to African Americans, but the Marines considered themselves the most elite branch of our military and the most traditional, and many resented Roosevelt's order that African Americans be accepted. The first African American Marines were hardly welcomed with open arms. Their segregated unit was stationed at Montford Point, North Carolina. They were near Camp Lejeune, but the Montford Point Marines could not enter Camp Lejeune except in the company of a white officer. They were passed over for years for promotions that white Marines achieved in weeks. When they trained with white Marines, which was rare, they waited until white Marines had eaten before they went through the chow lines. The Montford Point Marines were sent to the Pacific Theater to serve behind the lines, not in combat, for which they were presumed to be unsuited. No one told the Japanese. The Montford Point Marines served in Saipan, Iwo Jima, and Okinawa, three of the bloodiest battles in the Pacific. They came under intense fire and showed great courage, winning the praise of skeptical white officers. President Truman fully integrated the armed forces in 1948, and African-American Marines served side by side with white Marines in Korea and in every conflict since then. The distinguished service of the Montford Point Marines largely made that possible. General Amos, the Commandant of the Marines, said he wants every Marine, from private to general, to know the history of the Marines who fought an enemy overseas and racism and segregation in their own country. I want every Marine and every American to know that history. Semper Fi. I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman's time has expired. Gentleman from North Carolina.